Hello, Hector. How are
Uh,
you doing today?
okay.
You okay?
Yeah.
All right. How are you doing kind of in general?
Didn't you see me walk in here with a cane?
I did.
Yeah.
Do you
Not
want,
so good.
do you want to tell me what happened?
I had a car accident about 5 months ago.
Oof.
Yeah.
5 months ago. It must have been bad.
Yeah, I was T-boned.
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
What
it was
what
pretty
happened?
scary. I was going through a light and I had the green light and some guy just came plowing through the other side.
Oh, so it wasn't even your fault, just something awful
Bad
happened.
luck.
Gosh, that's heavy.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
How have you been coping?
Lots of TV and well, I guess I've been drinking a lot.
Yeah,
Well, not a lot. Just
but
just
drinking.
just to help.
Yeah. What's it help with?
The pain
The pain
physically,
kind of numbs things down for you.
man, maybe mentally too.
Yeah, I imagine your brain and mind is just kind of all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, I spent 4 months in the hospital. I
Oh,
just I
holy
just got
cow.
out.
How extensive were the injuries? Is it okay if I ask? What happened?
Yeah, my hip and my leg are all messed up. I'll have permanent damage.
Oh
Doctor
gosh.
says I'll probably have to always use a cane.
Oh, so this is a permanent thing.
Yeah.
Holy cow, this drastically changed your life.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's been hard.
Okay. And so to cope, you've been watching some TV and drinking a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
Um,
I can't work.
yeah, what'd you do?
My family owns a construction business and
Okay.
I've been working with my hands my whole life, building houses and helping people out, but I can't anymore. I
So
can't
you,
lift anything, not with my leg.
gosh, wow. So you really grew up in that life.
Yeah.
And then just, were you looking to inherit the company someday and just continue in it? Did you enjoy what you did?
Yeah, I loved it. I mean, building something, have you ever built something from scratch before?
I've tried. I can't say it's ever turned out that well.
Well, my brothers and I, we were gonna inherit from our dad when he retired, but now it looks like I won't be a part of that anymore.
Oh gosh. So just to make sure that I understand what's going on,
Yeah.
um, you're in a horrible accident,
Yeah.
suffered permanent damage.
Hmm.
Um, Not only that, but it also feels like you've been separated from your family because you're no longer able to participate in the family business.
Yeah.
Um, and then you've been kind of watching TV and drinking to kind of cope with some of the pain and hardships of that.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
what else am I supposed to do? I can't work. There's nothing to do. Just watching soap operas on TV.
any good ones?
No.
Oh gosh. How's it been in your own house with your own family? Have they been supportive?
They try.
Mhm.
They don't understand.
Okay.
My wife tries, but
Do you feel like she has grace for you?
as the man of the house, it's my job to provide for my family. And now she might have to go work, and that's not her role. It's my role. And I'm just she's so angry. Like, why did this happen to me?
Okay. So not only did you suffer the huge injury, the permanent injury,
Yeah.
and feel like you're separated from your brothers and extended family and relatives and your business and your ability to work, but you also feel like it's separating you from your own wife. Do you have kids?
Yeah.
Yeah. How's your relationship connection with them?
Well, they're pretty little and it's hard to get on the floor and play with them with my hip and my
Okay.
leg and
So your wife and your kids.
yeah.
So it feels like your whole identity has just been completely torn apart.
Yeah. Yeah, it
Gosh,
does.
that's heavy. That's heavy, man. I'm
Yeah.
sorry you're going through that.
Thanks.
Um, well, I'd love to tell you a little bit just kind of about my approach and just how I would like to help you and what the purpose is of coming here to see me. So I'm not sure kind of what brought you in today.
The social worker at the hospital recommended that I come. I'm not really here. I don't really do therapy. I don't know.
Hey, no offense taken. That's perfectly fine. Many people don't. Um, Essentially, I would like to give you some reason for why it is beneficial, may be beneficial for you.
Okay.
Um, as you know, we have brain surgeons, doctors, go to school for a very, very long time, know how to do surgery and cut open the skull and get inside your brain.
Hmm.
Um, I don't do that. Don't worry. Not going to happen here.
I think I can.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to kind of navigate the mental side of your brain. So it's looking at trauma,
Hmm.
looking at how those responses in your brain react to trauma.
Hmm.
As you know, life isn't always even keel. Sometimes really awful things happen.
Yeah.
And when that does, your brain tends to just start misfiring all over the place. And it causes emotions, it causes confusion, frustration, anger, a deep sadness. And that's that stimuli responding to different triggers that have happened in your life.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so my goal is to try to help you navigate that. The brain is one of the most incredible things that we have ever discovered on the universe. Um, if we look at my hand, by thinking, I can move my hand down, I can move my hand up. I cannot think and have my hand grow another finger. I cannot have it change shape. I cannot grow hair that I've lost or make hair disappear that I've grown. However, this is where your brain is different. And this is why I love the brain so much, is because within your brain, I'm going to throw a big word at you, neuroplasticity. It basically means that your brain, by thinking, you can have your brain grow new neural networks. You can grow new neural connections in your brain just by thinking. And so if you think of your brain as a piece of matter, you can create new matter in your brain just by thinking. You can change how your brain physically looks just through thought alone.
So I can think the pain away?
I mean, put very, very bluntly, yes, that's going to be our goal, is to understand where that pain comes from, where the root of it is, how it affects you, and how to essentially understand it and create new values that give you joy and happiness and good positive feelings, so that those negative triggers, they might still be there, but instead of them feeling like they have power over you, my goal is to give you power over them so it doesn't feel like you're trapped.
You can do that?
And that's what we're here to do.
Oh.
So, with that being said, first I have a couple questions. Religious, are you religious at all?
Yeah, we're Catholic.
Okay, that's good to know. So, are you okay then if I incorporate Catholic beliefs into kind of how we approach this?
Yeah, I mean I grew up Catholic, family and all that,
Mhm.
but I'm not super religious.
Okay,
So yeah, I guess.
okay, sounds good. We can do that. Also, you had mentioned drinking. Do you mind if it looks like you feel a little unpleasant about that, not happy feelings?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, conflicting feelings. It helps with the pain, but it doesn't help with anything else.
Mhm. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions about drinking just to kind of gauge where it's at?
Yeah.
Okay. I just want to say it's important just because, again, my goal is here is to try to teach you all about the brain and how it works and mental stimuli. And so alcohol is one of those chemicals that actually changes your brain as well. And so it
Oh,
will create different thoughts and it stops certain chemicals from getting to your brain. And so it can actually affect your mood and emotions on a great deal. Um, so nothing to say anything positive or negative against that. I just want you to know and be aware. And so I'd love to ask some questions, just kind of ask. kind of where you're at in that, and just to kind of know how much it could be impacting you.
Yeah, okay.
All right. So, first question, how often do you have a drink containing alcohol?
Once a day.
Once a day?
Maybe more than that.
Okay, maybe more. So, like on a scale like 1 to 3, 1 to 7,
At least three.
three, 3 drinks
Yeah.
a day. Okay. How many drinks containing alcohol do you have on a typical day when you are drinking? I read that question before you already answered it. So you just answered that. I'm going to go ahead and write that in. So now I'll go ahead and read the question before I speak it out loud. Give me just a second. All right. So then how often would you say that you have six or more? Do you ever have six or more in a day?
Depends on the day. Sometimes the pain is more manageable than other days. Sometimes it's excruciating and
Okay.
I
So
can't
maybe
get through without it.
sometimes.
Yeah,
Okay. Would you say like once a month or maybe like 5 times a month?
closer to 5 times a month. It
Okay.
was a gnarly
So maybe
accident.
once a week? Yeah, dude, that sounds awful. All right. How often during the last year have you found that you were not able to stop drinking once you started?
It's hard. It's really hard. It's a lot of pain and it just numbs it and numbs it and numbs it. And then I don't have to think and I don't have to feel and I don't feel my leg anymore. So a lot.
And so this is still pretty recent. And so the question goes back a year, and this only happened, I mean, less than half a year ago.
Yeah.
So I suppose I can ask then, were you drinking before the accident?
With family and friends. I mean, I like a good party, but
Mhm.
I didn't, I was happy.
Okay. So this is the drinking is really kind of stemming from just that deep pain and trauma that you feel
Yeah.
and that change of life. Okay. How often during the last year have you failed to do what was normally expected from you because of drinking?
I wouldn't say it's because of drinking. It's because of this stupid leg, right?
Hmm.
Like I'm the man of the house. I'm supposed to provide for my family and I can't provide for my family in the way that I have always done. And so I don't think it's the drink. I don't think it's alcohol. I think it's my stupid leg. I think it's the accident.
Okay. So just to make sure I understand, so you feel like you don't have really any big responsibilities right now because I mean you mentioned you're on disability
Yeah.
and so you have that financial piece taken care of and your leg is what's really stopped you from doing everything that you needed to do.
Yeah, I can't even walk up the dang stairs.
And so now when you drink, that doesn't really stop you from doing anything that you needed to do because you don't feel like you have anything you need to do.
Oh,
Does that sound accurate?
yeah.
Okay. All right. How often during the last year have you had a feeling of guilt or remorse after drinking?
A lot. My wife, she doesn't like it.
Okay.
And she just doesn't understand. And I'm just so angry all the time. And if I didn't drink, I would feel that anger all the time. It would come out on my family. And I can't have that.
Mhm. What does that anger look like when you're at home? Like what's something that would set it off?
I mean, it's been so hair trigger, right? Like the kids being too loud playing or screaming at each other or I don't know. It feels like everything is too much.
That's a lot. That's
Yeah.
a lot you're going through. Um, just for the sake of time, let's go ahead. Just got three more questions, all right?
Yeah.
All right. How often during the last year have you needed a first drink in the morning to get yourself going after a heavy drinking session?
Can you repeat the question?
Yep. How often during the last year Have you needed a first drink in the morning to get yourself going after a heavy drinking session the night before?
Most of the time.
Most of the time. Okay. So do you tend to drink more in the evening?
Yeah, that's when the kids are home from school
Okay.
and they're loud. I mean, they're kids. I get it. But they just don't. They can't understand. No one understands.
Mhm. So when the kids are home and they're around and you're not able to be your former self, is that when you feel like the pain starts to creep in?
Yeah,
That's when it's the heaviest.
yeah. It's like looking at them as a reminder of what I had.
Gotcha. So that sense of loss.
Yeah,
I imagine that sense of loss is pretty huge.
yeah.
Okay. All right, just a couple more. Have you or someone else been injured as a result of your drinking?
No, man. No.
Okay.
I mean, probably like emotionally. My wife doesn't like it. Not at all. But I would never.
Yeah, no, it wasn't any judgmental thing or thinking you did. I mean, it could even be something that, oh, hey, you had too much to drink and with the leg and everything, you fell and ended up hurting yourself.
Oh, I
Or
mean,
if
yeah,
you
that's
fell on a
happened.
kid, or if something fell, or if anybody got hurt because of it.
Yeah, not intentionally.
Yeah, oh, no, no, of course not.
No, no. But I mean, I've fallen down a couple times.
It happens.
Yeah, especially with this stupid leg.
Yeah, I imagine that leg alone is enough. And then when you're drinking on a heavier night and feel a little tipsy, and sometimes that's literal. Literal.
Yeah.
All right. Has a relative or a friend or a doctor or another health worker been concerned about your drinking or suggested that you cut down?
Yeah. I mean, my wife, obviously, and I haven't talked to my family in a long time. And the social worker recommended me. That's a lot of people.
Mhm. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
All right. So we got some drinking going on. We got some heavy trauma in your leg, feeling disconnected from the family business, from your income, from your wife, from your kids. That's a lot. That's really heavy stuff.
Yeah, it feels like just a weight to carry around.
No kidding. Is there anything else that I'm missing? Is there anything else that you feel is kind of adding to that weight, dragging you down?
No, I'm just so ashamed. I mean, I'm the man of the house. I'm supposed to provide for my family, and now my wife might have to go back to work, and she's supposed to be home with the kids. And I mean, in my culture, the man is the one who provides, right? And I'm not doing that. I can't do that. So what am I supposed to do? What use am I? I'm useless.
So feeling of useless, feeling of guilt and shame. So maybe even a disconnection from yourself,
Yeah, I just
feeling,
don't want don't want to feel these things anymore.
yeah. So feeling almost at war, at odds within your own self, feeling like that identity that you've built yourself up as is just kind of deteriorated.
Yeah,
All right. Um, okay. I'm sorry you're going through that.
thanks.
That's a lot. I would love to talk to you further. Um,
Yeah, I mean, you're pretty cool. We can, I'll come back maybe.
you'll come back? Maybe?
Yeah, yeah,
All right. Well, this session, just kind of the first one, just getting to know you, hearing some of your background. I'm going to look a little bit more and kind of figure out how best to kind of really go through some of these things with you. Um, I'd really love to see you being happy again. I'd love to see you being able to play with your kids or find something to do.
yeah.
And I really do think that's possible.
Really?
hmm I absolutely do.
Okay. Yeah,
Okay,
I'll be back.
sounds good. We'll
Thanks,
see you next
Doc.
week then, Hector. All right.
All right.